Assalamu alaikum students, I hope you all are fine. Students, we are in unit 3, that is customizing a Word document, and in today's lesson we will talk about the undo and redo commands. Further we will see that how we can insert date and time in our Word document, and then we will see that how we can find out the number of words, characters or lines in our document. So these three things we will learn in this lesson. First of all, the undo and redo command. With the undo command, the work done is undone, and redo command is used to repeat the last performed action. Students, whenever we are typing in a Word document, or we are working in a Word document, while performing different operations during documentation, we make some mistakes. Sometimes we while typing or performing any formatting tasks, we perform a task and suddenly we think that we have mistakenly done this thing. So in that case we don't have to worry about, we just need to undo that thing, or the last action that we have performed, that will be undone. And once we undo any performed action, and suddenly after that we realize that the action that was which was performed was actually a correct one and it should not be undone. So in that case we don't have to worry, we can also have the function of redo. So whenever we redo we apply the redo command, the last performed action is again repeated. So this facility or this functionality is available in MS Word, that we can undo the task, and after undoing the task we can also redo the same thing again and again. So this is the purpose of undo and redo commands in the MS Word document. You will understand it even more clearly whenever we will do it practically. There are two methods to perform the undo and redo commands. Both the functions can be done in two ways. Method 1 is with quick access toolbar, which is shown in this diagram. Here we can see that we have the quick access toolbar, which is situated at the top of the Microsoft Word window, or we can say that it is situated at the title bar actually. So this quick access toolbar contains the save button. Then after this we have the undo button, which can undo the task, and after that we have the button redo button, which can repeat the task, the last action again. Further we have the new document button and then open button. So this as a whole, this is called quick access toolbar. So method 1 is to perform the undo and redo task or operation by using the quick access toolbar. First of all, the undo operation. Write some text or do some job in MS Word. Whatever the action we have performed in MS Word, then click undo icon. Click on this undo icon as shown in the figure, this one, on the quick access toolbar, and we will observe that the last action that we have performed will be eliminated and it will be undone. Okay, and if you want to redo the last performed action, so click redo icon as shown in the figure. Here we have the redo button or icon. We just have to click on this button on the quick access toolbar to repeat the last performed action. So it's very easy to perform the undo and redo operations by using the quick access toolbar. You just need to know the buttons of the undo and redo operations which are shown in this image. Okay. Method 2 is with keyboard shortcuts. Okay. For undo, write some text or do some job in MS Word, then press Ctrl plus Z to perform undo operation. Hold the control button and then press Z, and we will observe that the MS Word will perform the undo operation, which will undo the last performed action. And in the same way, for redo operation, press Ctrl plus Y, means that hold the control key and then press Y for redo operation or to repeat the last performed action. So the shortcuts for undo and redo commands are Ctrl plus Z is for undo and Ctrl plus Y is for redo. All the students must memorize all these keyboard shortcuts for MCQs especially and for exam purposes. Second, how we can insert current time and date in our document. It's very simple. By current date and time means the date and time of the computer system. One thing you must know, that whatever the date and time that we want to insert in our document, that will be actually the date and time of your computer. So if your computer's date and time is wrong, it means that you are inserting a wrong time, a wrong date and time in your document, because the MS Word accesses the date and time of the system and inserts it into your document. The following steps are required to insert date and time in the document. Click where the user wants to insert the date and time. First of all, we have to decide that exactly at which position in the document we want to insert the date and time. So place the cursor at that position, then go to the insert tab and click on the date and time button as shown in the figure. Here we can see that inside the tab, inside the insert tab, we have the date and time option or button. We have to click on it, and after clicking on the date and time button, a window as shown in the figure, this window will appear once we click on the date and time button. And this window actually shows or displays different formats of the date and time and languages. Different languages are also available, so we have to select the required format of the date and time from this menu. Further, we can select the language in which we want to insert the date and time, and then we will click OK. See, select the format of the date and time and language and then click OK, and the date and time will be inserted in our document at the required position where we have placed the cursor. Now, count words of a document. How we can count the words in a document? To count the words in a specific line or selection or in the whole document, the following steps are required. First of all, select the text in which you want to count the words, sentences and characters. Then go to the Review tab and click on the Word Count button as shown in the figure. Here we can see that inside the Review tab we have the button Word Count, and we can see that A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, which represents that the characters are counted, and this button actually counts the number of words and characters or lines inside document or any selected text. After clicking, a window will appear as shown in the figure, displaying count of words, paragraphs, lines and characters. So once we click on this word count button, this window will appear. This window is labeled with the word count label, and further it shows the statistics of the document, like how many pages are there in the document. So 2 pages are there in the document, and words 362 words, characters with no spaces, means excluding spaces, the characters are 1869, and along with the spaces the characters are 2218. Further, the paragraphs are 14 and lines are 52. So this is how we can get the statistical information of our document, that how many words, pages, lines, paragraphs, characters are there in our document.
Now in the next slide I will display a video in which I will be practically doing all these operations. All these commands will be performed in the Microsoft Word application. So there we will better understand that where these options actually exist and how they work actually.
Okay, students, now we are going to perform these 3 things in MS Word document. For example, I am opening this MS Word document in my laptop. The first thing that we have studied, that is undo and redo command. Okay, this was an already saved document in my laptop. Now in this document I am going to make some changes, like for example I am adding some text in this document, like unit 1. I have added some text. Further, I am applying some formatting or other changes to this text, like I am making it bold, underline, and further I am changing the font of this text. I am aligning it to the center of the page. So after making these changes, now I want to undo these changes in this document. So observe that each time when I click on this undo button, see, when I place the cursor on this undo button, it shows that undo paragraph alignment, because the last function that I have performed was aligning the text to the center of the page. That's why it says that undo paragraph alignment, and the shortcut is Ctrl+Z. So once I click on this button, the last performed action, which was actually aligning this text to the center of the page, by clicking on this button, it will be undone. So let's say I click on it. See, the last performed action, which was aligning the text to the center of the page, is undone. And see, when I again place the cursor on this button, it says undo font formatting, because now the last action is to change the font of this text that I have changed to 28. So now when I click on this button, the font is again converted to 11. Now when I again click on this button, undo underlining, now the last action is to underline this text. I click on it, the underlined action is again undone. Now when I again place the cursor on it, it says undo bold, because I made the text bold. So when I click on it again, click, the text is removed, and then click, so the document and all the performed actions are undone. That's why we can observe that the icon is disabled. There are no last actions which can be undone now. Now if I want to repeat the last performed actions again, I want that unit 1 text once again in my document with all those formattings. So that can also be done in MS Word by using the redo command. So see, when I place the cursor on it, it says redo typing, because I have done some typing at that time that was unit 1. So when I click on it, see, the introduction text is shifted to the next line. See, and when I click on it again, the unit 1 appears. Again click on it, it is again bold, underlined, font is increased, and when I click on it, it is aligned to the center of the page. So all the performed actions in MS Word that can be undone, and it can be redo again and again. So this is how we can perform the undo and redo operations in MS Word. The second method that we have discussed in our lesson, that was by using the keyboard shortcuts. So see, I am doing it with the help of keyboard shortcut by holding the control button and then Z. Each time when I press the Z button, the last action will be undone. See, again. And in the same way, when I hold the control button and press the Y button, so it will perform the redo action. So hold the control button, press Y, so this is how we can perform the undo and redo operations in MS Word document. Second, we discussed that how we can insert the date and time in our document. So that is also very easy. The first thing that I told you, that place the cursor where you want to insert the date and time. Like for example, I want to insert the date and time just after this system unit paragraph where I have placed the cursor. After placing the cursor at the required position, go to the insert tab. Inside the insert tab, we can find the date and time button. Here, when I place the cursor on this date and time button, it shows the description that quickly add the current date and time. So when I click on it, this window is going to appear. Now this window contains many formats or different formats, like the first one, which shows just the date with the month and then date and then year. The second format shows the day, month in English, and then date and year. And there are some formats which can also show the date and time. So when I click on it, okay, this one shows the hours and minutes, and the other one can also show the hours, minutes, and further the seconds. So I am going to select any of these formats. For example, I am going for this one. I selected this format, and the language is the same, English, United States. Select and click OK. Now we have seen that the date and time is inserted in our document. So this is how we can insert date and time in our document. Now if we want to remove this date in document from our MS Word document, or if we think that we have inserted it incorrectly or in the incorrect format, so we can do it. Just press the Control Z button, which is the undo, which is the shortcut for undo. Control Z, and you will observe that the date and time is removed. Then click on the date and time and select any other format, and then click OK, and you will observe that the date and time is inserted in our document in that format. So it's very easy. We can also change the date, the font or the formatting of this date and time from the home tab. Like for example, if I want to change the font of this date and time or day, so I just need to select this text and then go to the font and change it. You can also change the color of the font from here. Like for example, if I want to change the color of this date and day, so I can do this. I can underline this, I can make it bold and italic. Any formatting can be applied to this date and time. Okay, the third thing that we discussed in this lesson, that is the word count. How we can count the number of words, sentences, lines, paragraphs, characters in our MS Word document. So for that purpose, we have to go to the review tab and find the word count button here. So now one thing you should observe, that I have selected no text in this whole document. So whenever we do not select any specific paragraph or line or any specific text in the document and we click on the word count button, then it will automatically count the number of characters, lines, paragraphs in the whole document. So now I click on it, and we can observe that the number of pages are 7 in this whole document. The number of words are 1791. Characters with no spaces are 9489, and characters with spaces are 11224. Total number of paragraphs are 96, and total number of lines are 206. So this is how we can find out the statistical information about our MS Word document. For example, if you want to count the number of words and sentences or lines in a specific selection or in a specific selected text, like for example, I am selecting this paragraph and I want to know the statistical information about this, only this paragraph, that how many words and characters are there in this paragraph. So I just need to select this paragraph like this and then click on the word count button. So now the statistical information is shown only on the basis of this paragraph. This paragraph is placed only on a single page. So number of pages are 1. Words 86. Total number of words in this paragraph are 86. Number of characters with no spaces, means excluding the spaces, are 453, and with spaces the number of characters are 538. Paragraphs, it's a single paragraph, so paragraph is 1, and number of lines are 6. Like for example, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So the number of lines occupied by this paragraph are 6. So this is how we can find out this statistical information of our MS Word document. One thing more, I tell you that we can find the same information from here. Like here it shows that 1791 words. It only shows the words, but when I click on this button, the same window will appear, which shows the other information like the number of pages, words, characters with no spaces and with spaces, and paragraphs and lines. So the same window can also be viewed by clicking on this button here at the bottom. Just a single click and the same window will appear. So I hope you have understood this lesson, and if you have any confusion or any question, you can ask those questions in the comments and I will try my best to answer your questions. But all of you must practice all these things at your home on in MS Word, and your MS Office must be of 2009 and onwards. It should not be older than that, so that it will be easy for you to practice all these things. Some boys are having the new books which are changed from my book, but one thing I would like to mention, that it doesn't matter whether your book contains a different snapshots or different pictures, or they are having the same pictures as I have in my book. We cannot follow them 100%, because this unit is purely a practical based unit. So whatever I'm doing here, whatever I am demonstrating practically in these lessons, you just need to practice all those things, and nothing and no such things will be included in the paper that we will not discuss properly and we have not learned properly. So don't worry about that. Whatever I am teaching you, just practice on it and stay good. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
So that's it for today. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe my channel Computer Tuition Academy. Thanks a lot. Take care. Allah Hafiz.